This topic is on solving equations with fractions. Jenny scored several goals in field hockey during April. Her teammates scored 3 more than 5 times the number of goals she scored. Her teammates scored 18 goals. How many goals did Jenny score? To solve this, we can let x equal the number of goals Jenny scored. Then looking at the second sentence, her teammates scored 3 more than 5 times the number of goals she scored. Translating this into an expression, 3 more than means we are adding 3. And this is 3 more than 5 times the number of goals Jenny scored, which is 5x. So the expression 5x plus 3 is the number of goals her teammates scored. Next, we look at the third sentence and we see that her teammates scored 18 goals. This means that 5x plus 3 has to equal 18. So to solve this problem, we need to solve the equation 5x plus 3 equals 18. When we solve this for x, we will know how many goals Jenny scored. Remember that the properties of equality state that you can add or subtract and multiply or divide both sides of an equation by the same non-zero number without changing the solution. Now let's do some examples. So we want to solve 5x plus 3 equals 18 for x to determine how many goals Jenny scored, and then we want to check our solution. So first, we want to identify the variable. Our goal is to get the variable alone on one side of the equation and to get the numbers on the other side. In looking at this equation, the variable x is on the left side. So to solve this, we want to get x on the left side by itself and the numbers on the other side. So first, we are going to use the addition property to subtract 3 from both sides. So we subtract 3 from both sides, and now we have to simplify. On the left side, we simply have 5x plus 0, which is 5x. And on the right side, 18 minus 3 is 15. Now we use the multiplication property to divide both sides by 5. So dividing both sides by 5, on the left side, 5 divided by 5 is 1, so 1 times x, which is simply x. And on the right side, 15 divided by 5 is 3, so our answer is x equals 3. Now we need to check our answer, so we put 3 in place of x in the original equation. Simplifying the left side, 5 times 3 is 15, and 15 plus 3 is 18. On the right-hand side, we also have 18. So since this is a true statement, we know that we have the right answer. So our answer, x equals 3, means that Jenny scored 3 goals. Let's look at another example. We want to solve negative 1/2 x plus 10 equals 16 for x. So first, we identify the variable. Our goal is to get the variable alone on one side of the equation and to get the numbers on the other side. In looking at this equation, the variable x is on the left side. So to solve this, we want to get x on the left side by itself and the numbers on the other side. So first, we have to subtract 10 from both sides. On the left-hand side, adding 10 and subtracting 10 are reverse operations. So we simply have negative 1/2 x plus 0, which is negative 1/2 x. On the right side, 16 minus 10 is 6. Now we need to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of negative 1/2, which is negative 2. So multiplying both sides by negative 2, on the left side I've written negative 2 as negative 2 over 1. This is to point out that we are multiplying by the reciprocal of negative 1/2. Remember, to find the reciprocal of a fraction, we simply flip the fraction. So on the left side, negative 2 over 1 times negative 1/2 is 1. So we have 1x, which is simply x. On the right side, we have 6 times negative 2, which is negative 12. So our answer is negative 12. Now we can check our answer. So to check our answer, we put negative 12 in place of x in the original equation. Then we simplify the left side. Negative 1/2 times negative 12 is positive 6. So we have 6 plus 10, which is 16. Since the right side is also 16, we have a true equation, which tells us that we have the right answer. So the answer is x equals negative 12. So let's do another example. We want to solve the equation 6x minus 8 equals negative 2 for x. So first, we identify the variable. Our goal is to get the variable alone on one side of the equation and to get the numbers on the other side. By looking at this equation, the variable x is on the left side, so to solve this, we want to get x on the left side by itself and the numbers on the right side. So first, we add 8 to both sides. So adding 8 to both sides, we have 6x minus 8 plus 8 on the left side. Subtracting 8 and adding 8 are reverse operations, so this is the same thing as 6x plus 0, which is 6x. On the right side, negative 2 plus 8 is positive 6. Now we want to divide both sides by 6. So dividing both sides by 6, on the left side, we have 6 divided by 6, which is 1, so we have 1x, which is x. And on the right side, we have 6 divided by 6, which is 1. Notice that at this point, we have the variable alone on the left side and the numbers on the right side. So we have solved the equation for x, so the answer is x equals 1. Now we want to check our answer. So we put 1 in for x and simplify both sides. Since this is the same number, we know that we have the right answer. So our answer is x equals 1. Now let's do another example. We want to solve the equation 4 equals negative 7 plus 8x for x. So first, we identify the variable, and our goal is to get the variable alone on one side of the equation and to get the numbers on the other side. So looking at this equation, the variable is on the right side. So when we solve this equation, we are going to get the variable alone on the right side and the numbers on the left side. So first, we add 7 to both sides. So adding 7 to the left side, we have 4 plus 7, which is 11. On the right side, negative 7 and positive 7 add up to 0. So we have 8x plus 0, which is 8x. Now we need to divide both sides by 8. So when we divide the left side by 8, we have 11 divided by 8. And on the right side, we have 8 divided by 8, which is 1. So we have 1x, which is x. So our answer is 11 over 8 equals x. Notice in this example, we got the variable alone on the right side instead of the left side. Remember, when solving equations, we want to get x equal a number or a number equals x. Now we can check our answer. So we will put 11 over 8 for x and simplify both sides. Once we simplify, we have 4 equals 4, and since this is a true statement, we know that we have the right answer. So the solution is 11 over 8 equals x. Now let's do another example. We want to solve the equation 1/2 x minus 1/2 equals 1/4 for x. So looking at this equation, the variable x is on the left side. So when we solve this equation, we are going to get the variable alone on the left side and the numbers on the right side. So first, we add 1/2 to both sides. So adding 1/2 to both sides, on the left side, we have negative 1/2 plus 1/2, which is 0. So we have 1/2 x plus 0, which is 1/2 x. On the right side, to add 1/2 and 1/4, we need to find the LCD, which is 4. Now we need to rewrite each fraction so it has 4 as the denominator. 1/4 already has 4 as the denominator, so it stays the same. To rewrite 1/2, we multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2 to get 2/4. So now to add 2/4 and 1/4, we add the numerators and keep the denominator. In the numerator, 2 plus 1 is 3, so we have 3/4. Now, to solve for x, we can multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2/1. So multiplying both sides by 2/1, on the left side, we have 1/2 times 2/1, which is 1. So we have 1x, which is x. And on the right side, we have 3/4 multiplied by 2/1, which is 3/2. Notice that at this point, we have the variable alone on the left side and the numbers on the other side. Now we can check our answer. So we put in 3/2 for x and simplify both sides. If I were to work this out, on the left-hand side, we would have 1/4, and on the right-hand side, we would have 1/4. So we have 1/4 equals 1/4, and since this is a true statement, we know we have the right answer. So the solution is x equals 3/2. Now let's look at another example. We want to solve 5x plus 1/3 equals 3x minus 1/6 for x. Since we have variables on both sides of the equation, we need to get the variable terms on one side of the equation. Notice that it does not matter which side we get the variable terms on. So for this example, we are going to subtract 3x from both sides. So on the left side, 5x minus 3x is equal to 2x. And so we have 2x plus 1/3. On the right side, we have 3x minus 3x, which is 0x. So we have 0 minus 1/6, which is negative 1/6. Notice that we now have the variable term 2x on the left side. Next, we want to get the number terms on the other side. Since the term involving x, which is 2x, is on the left side, we want to get the number terms on the other side, which is the right side. We will do this by subtracting 1/3 from both sides. Simplifying on the left side is 2x plus 1/3 minus 1/3, which is simply 2x. This is because adding 1/3 and subtracting 1/3 are reverse operations. So the left side is 2x plus 0, which is simply 2x. On the right side, to subtract negative 1/6 minus 1/3, we need to find the LCD, which is 6. Now we need to rewrite each fraction with the denominator of 6. Negative 1/6 already has a denominator of 6. To rewrite 1/3 with a denominator of 6, we need to multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. So we have 2/6. So now to subtract negative 1/6 minus 2/6, we subtract the numerators and keep the same denominator. In the numerator, negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. So we have negative 3/6, which we can simplify to negative 1/2. Next, we want to get the variable term alone on one side. So to do this, we will divide both sides by 2. So dividing both sides by 2, on the left side, we have 2 divided by 2, which is 1. So we have 1x, which is x. And on the right side, we have negative 1/2 divided by 2, which is the same as negative 1/2 times the reciprocal of 2, which is 1/2. So negative 1/2 times 1/2 is negative 1/4. Notice that at this point, we have the variable alone on the left side and the numbers on the other side. Now we can check our answer. So we put in negative 1/4 for x and simplify both sides. If I were to work this out, on the left-hand side we would have negative 11/12, and on the right-hand side we would have negative 11/12. And since this is a true statement, we know we have the right answer. So the solution is x equals negative 1/4. This concludes the video on solving equations with fractions.